Hello, my dear children. Good morning. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to your ICT class. This is video number 39 and we are starting chapter 9, Hello, Mic Testing. So children, in our last class we have done activity 6 of chapter 8, that is animating slides. So we have learned how to animate the slides in a presentation. Animating the slides means slide transition. What do you mean by slide transition? It is the manner in which slides appear one after the other during a slideshow. So we have learned how to give slide transitions in a presentation or how to animate the slides in a presentation. So by this activity we have completed our chapter 8, that is presentations made attractive. The learning objective for today's class is to learn about the software known as Audacity. So we are starting chapter 9, Hello Mic Testing, and in this chapter we are studying about the software known as Audacity, which is used for sound recording in computer. You have studied the poem Pudu Asham written by Vijay Lakshmi in your Kerala Malayalam reader. Our first activity of this chapter is to listen that poem. Okay, listening and enjoying a poem. That is activity 1 of this chapter. So let's listen to this poem. For that, let's open Home folder. In that, open School Resources, Standard 8, Audio Files. Okay, say this one, puduvasham.mp3. This is the audio file of that poem. Now let's listen to this poem. For that, we have to double click on this audio file in order to open that.
പറഞ്ഞതിനപ്പുറം മറ്റൊന്നുമില്ലാതിരുന്നൊരാ പോയ കാലം ആവേലി നാടുവാണിടും കാലം പാടി പൂനുള്ളി പോയ പൊന്നോണ കാലം അമ്മ പറഞ്ഞതിനപ്പുറം മറ്റൊന്നുമില്ലാതിരുന്നൊരാ പോയ കാലം മാവേലി നാടുവാണിടും കാലം പാടി പൂനുള്ളിപ്പോയ പൊന്നോണക്കാലം ദേവിതൻ കോവിലിൽ കുഞ്ഞുടുപ്പിട്ട ഞാൻ ഓരോ പടി എണ്ണിക്കേറും നേരം കുപ്പുക കുഞ്ഞിക്കൈയെങ്കിൽ കരിവള കാപ്പാകുമെന്നമ്മ ചൊന്ന കാലം.
Okay, now we have listened to the poem Puduvasham. In which software does this audio file is opened? It is Audacious. See here, this is Audacious software. Now, do we need to connect a speaker or headphone in order to listen to this audio? Yes, if you are using a desktop computer, we have to connect a speaker or a headphone. But if you are using a laptop, no need to connect a speaker or headphone. Why? Because laptops have inbuilt speakers in it. Okay, so if you are using a desktop computer, we have to connect a speaker or a headphone in order to listen to the audio files. But if you are using a laptop computer, it has inbuilt speakers in it. So we need not connect additional speakers to the laptop. Okay, now this audio file was opened in the software known as Audacious. Is there any other audio players in our computer other than Audacious? Let's check it out. For that, we'll close this file. Okay, now we'll click on the right mouse button. Here we can see the second option, Open with other applications. Select this. Now we can see many other applications which can be used for playing this audio file. We have Rhythm Box, Media Player, VLC, Media Player, Audacious, Audacity, etc. So all these applications can also be used for playing the audio files. Now let's select the first one, Rhythm Box. So click on this and click on the select button.
അമ്മ പറഞ്ഞതിനപ്പുറം മറ്റൊന്നുമില്ലാതിരുന്നൊരാ പോയ കാലം ആവേലി നാടുവാണിടും കാലം പാടി പൂനുള്ളിപ്പോയ പൊന്നോണ കാലം അമ്മ പറഞ്ഞതിനപ്പുറം മറ്റൊന്നുമില്ലാതിരുന്നൊരാ പോയ കാലം മാവേലി നാടുവാണിടും കാലം പാടി പൂനുള്ളിപ്പോയ പൊന്നോണക്കാലം ദേവിതൻ കോവിലിൽ കുഞ്ഞുടുപ്പിട്ട ഞാൻ ഓരോ പടി എണ്ണിക്കേറും നേരം കുപ്പുക കുഞ്ഞിക്കൈയെങ്കിൽ കരിവള കാപ്പാകുമെന്നമ്മ ചൊന്ന കാലം.
Okay, now we have listened to this poem in other application, that is rhythm box. So we have completed our first activity of this chapter, that is listening and enjoying a poem. Okay, now we are going to record our voice in the computer. So before recording a voice in the computer, we have to make some preparations in the computer. So what are the preparations that is to be made in the computer before recording our voice? If we want to input our voice in the computer, we need an input device. What is the input device used to input a voice into computer? Yes, it is a microphone. So we have to connect a microphone to the computer and make necessary changes before recording our voice in the computer. So we have to connect the microphone to the audio input port of our computer. Then here we can see a sound applet icon at the top panel of the desktop screen. Okay, this is the audio applet icon. Click on this. Here at last we can see sound settings. Click on this so that the sound settings window will be opened. Okay, here we can see output tab, input tab. So we can make the necessary changes by dragging the sliders here. See, we can increase the output volume. Then from input tab, we can increase or decrease the input volume. See, so from output and input tabs, we can make necessary changes by dragging the sliders for input and output volume. Okay. So these are the arrangements or preparations that we have to make before recording our voice in the computer. But if we are using laptops, do we need to connect microphone for voice recording? No, because laptops have inbuilt microphones in it. So if we are using a desktop computer, we have to connect a microphone for recording our voice, and we need a speaker in order to listen to the audio files. But if you are using a laptop computer, inbuilt speakers and microphones are there in it, so we need not connect additional microphones or speakers to the laptop computers. Okay, so these are the preparations that we have to make before recording our voice in the computer. Okay, so we have learned that in order to play an audio file, we need an audio player or media player. Yes, we have listened to that audio file of Puduvasham poem using software known as Audacious and another software known as Rhythm Box, right? So in order to play an audio file, we need an audio player or media player. We need a software in order to listen to a audio file. Similarly, we need softwares to record our voice in the computer. Okay, so we have many softwares which help us to record sound in the computer. Some of the softwares are Audacity, Adobe Audition, Gold Wave, ACID Pro, etc. So we have many softwares which help us to record our voice in the computer. Now we are going to use the software known as Audacity. It is a free software. So let's see how to open Audacity software. For that, first go to Applications, then select Sound and Video. From this, select Audacity. Okay, so go to Applications, then select Sound and Video, then select Audacity. Okay, this is the Audacity main window. So Audacity is a software which helps us to record sound in the computer, and this is a free software. Not only sound recording, sound editing, mixing and file exporting, all this can be done using the Audacity software. Okay, so this is the Audacity main window. Here we can see some buttons. This is pause button, this is play button, this is stop button, this is skip to start, this one is skip to end, and this is record button. Okay, so we have to click on this record button in order to record our sound. After completing the recording, we have to click on this stop button. Then in order to play that audio, we can click on this play button. Then in order to stop temporarily, we have to use this pause button. Then in order to resume playing, we have to click on this pause button again. Then if we want to reach the beginning of the recording, we can click on this skip to start button. Then if we want to reach the end of the audio, we have to use the skip to end button. Okay, so these are some of the buttons used for recording and listening to the audios in Audacity software. Now we can also operate play stop buttons using the spacebar key in the keyboard. Now let's summarize what we have learned in today's class. We have started our chapter 9. In this chapter we are studying about the software known as Audacity, which is used for recording sound in the computer. We have done activity 1 of this chapter, that is listening and enjoying a poem. We have listened to the poem Puduvasham in our computer. So when we opened that audio file, it was opened in the software known as Audacious. Okay, then we have found out other audio players in our computer which can be used for playing the audio files, and we have also checked with the software known as Rhythm Box. Then we have learned that before recording sound in the computer, we have to make some arrangements, or we have to make some preparations in our computer before recording sound. Okay, so in order to input our voice in the computer, we need an input device, and that is the microphone. So we have to connect a microphone to the computer, and we have to make some necessary changes before recording our voice. But if we are using a laptop computer, we need not connect a microphone because it has inbuilt microphone in it. If we are using a desktop computer, we have to connect an additional microphone to it in order to record our voice. So then we have to click on the sound applet icon at the top of the desktop panel, and then from the input and output tab we have to make the necessary changes. So that is about the preparations that we have to make before recording our sound in computer. Then our last topic for today's class was audio recording. So we have learned that in order to play an audio file, we need some audio player or media player softwares. Similarly, for recording sound also we need some softwares. We have many softwares which help us to record sound in the computer, and some examples are Audacity, Adobe Audition, Gold Wave, ACID Pro, etc. Then I've said that we are going to study about the software known as Audacity in this chapter. It is a free software. Not only sound recording, sound editing, mixing, exporting, all this can be done using the software known as Audacity. I hope all of you have understood the activities that we have done in this class. So see you next class. Bye.